Imagine a mystical world where gods and demons walk among the mortals, where the very fabric of reality can be bent by those daring enough to challenge the heavens themselves. In this realm, one figure stands above the rest. A trickster, a rebel, a warrior, and ultimately a hero. Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, is a figure who defied the gods, battled countless demons, was once known for his mischief, and embarked on a journey of self-redemption that has captivated generations. I'm Arcadenaut here, and today we are not diving into the gameplay mechanics or the visual aesthetics of Black Myth Wukong. No, we are going deeper into the myth, the legend, the essence of the Monkey King itself. Of course, this video will be full of spoilers, so keep that also in mind. From the origin of this story to Chinese myths, Yaoguais, and supporting figures, we will explore the rebellion, the redemption, and the legacy of Sun Wukong, where the line between a hero and a trickster is as thin as a hair from the Monkey King's head. From the start, let's delve deeper into the origins of this myth and the overview of the setting of Black Myth Wukong. As one of the most beloved stories in Chinese literature and folklore, Black Myth Wukong finds life in the classic 16th century novel Journey to the West. However, Sun Wukong's origins are deeply rooted in Chinese mythology, Buddhist teachings, and Daoist practices. Among the many adventures and trials Sun Wukong faces, his journey of redemption in Journey to the West stands out as a profound exploration of the quest for enlightenment. However, to fully understand Sun Wukong's redemption and this quest for enlightenment, it is essential to examine the events that led to his downfall and imprisonment. The Monkey King is said to have been born from a magical stone atop the mountain of flowers and fruit. And this stone, which was nurtured by the essence of heaven and earth, eventually gave birth to a stone egg, which cracked open to reveal Sun Wukong. From his birth, Sun Wukong was no ordinary creature. He possessed extraordinary strength, intelligence, and a boundless curiosity. He learned the art of transformation, gained immortality through various cultivations, and eventually acquired the Ryu Jingubang, a magical staff that could change its size and shape at will. As Sun Wukong grew stronger by each day, so did his arrogance and pride. After mastering the 72 transformations which allowed him to shapeshift into various forms, Wukong believed himself to be invincible. He rebelled against the heavenly order, declaring himself the great sage equal to heaven, and defying the Jade Emperor, the ruler of the heavens. His audacity and refusal to submit to the celestial authorities led to a series of battles between him and the forces of heaven. At the very first sequence of Black Myth Wukong, we are greeted with Sun Wukong facing the Jade Emperor and fighting against Erlang Shen, a deity who represents justice, law, and the might of the divine order. The heavenly forces, unable to control Sun Wukong, sought the help of the Buddha. According to the myth, the Buddha challenged Sun Wukong to leap out of his palm, but despite his strength, Sun Wukong was ultimately no match for the Buddha. To put it simply, Buddha's reach was vast, maybe infinite. No matter how far Sun Wukong traveled, he could not escape the Buddha's grasp. This bed of Buddha led to Sun Wukong's defeat, leading to his imprisonment under the Five Elements Mountain for 500 years. During that, he was given the chance to reflect on his actions. For 500 years, he remains trapped, unable to use his powers and totally isolated from the world. Wukong's imprisonment is not a physical constraint but actually a spiritual one, representing the suppression of his ego and the beginning of his journey towards self-realization. This self-realized version of Wukong has a new chance at life, repenting for his past sins, fixing his previous mistakes, And this journey, Wukong's journey to the West, is our mission in Black Myth Wukong. Sun Wukong's rebellion can be interpreted as a metaphor for the individual's struggle against the established order and the desire for personal autonomy. His defiance of the Jade Emperor symbolizes a challenge to the hierarchical structures that govern the cosmos, reflecting the human aspiration for self-determination and freedom. And the Monkey King's story of rebellion and the punishment is only the beginning of his journey, as his redemption arc is central to the narrative of the journey to the West. Sun Wukong's redemption begins with the arrival of the Bodhisattva Guanyin, a figure of compassion and mercy in the Buddhist tradition. Guanyin, recognizing the potential for good in Sun Wukong, intervenes on his behalf. As Bodhisattva sees that despite his rebellious nature, Sun Wukong also possesses the qualities necessary for spiritual growth and enlightenment. Guanyin proposes that Sun Wukong to be released from his imprisonment, but under the condition that he serves as a disciple to the monk Xuanzang, who is on a sacred pilgrimage to retrieve Buddhist scriptures from India. As Wukong is freed from the imprisonment by the Bodhisattva Guanyin, he accompanies Xuanzang on his pilgrimage. Despite his initial reluctance and mischievous nature, Sun Wukong gradually evolves into a loyal and devoted companion, becoming a disciple of the monk as they travel to India, marking Wukong's journey to the West, as he plays a crucial role in protecting the monk and ensuring the success of their mission. Throughout their journey, Sun Wukong battles various demons and monsters, using his wit, strength, and magical abilities to overcome seemingly impossible obstacles, while traveling through treacherous lands. Guanyin believed that Sun Wukong, with his immense strength and magical abilities, would be the perfect protector for Xuanzang. However, she also knows Sun Wukong's impulsive nature and past transgressions cannot be overlooked. For that, Guanyin gives Xuanzang a magical circlet known as the Golden Fillet, placed on Sun Wukong's head to ensure his obedience. The fillet tightens when Xuanzang recites a particular mantra, causing Sun Wukong great pain. This device serves as a physical and psychological restraint, reminding Sun Wukong of his obligations and curbing his unruly tendencies. As the journey itself can be seen as an allegory for spiritual enlightenment and self-cultivation, each challenge Sun Wukong faces represents a step in his path towards redemption, as he learns to temper his impulsive nature and embrace the virtues of compassion, humility, and patience. His transformation from a rebellious trickster to a disciplined and enlightened being is emblematic of the Daoist and Buddhist ideals of self-mastery and spiritual growth. This growth is represented in Black Myth Wukong as Wukong gathering the parts of his former self through defeating figures from his past. First his craving eyes, then his envious tongue, his hubris nose, fuming ears, grieved body, and finally his freed mind to be complete. With Sun Wukong now bound to Xuanzang as his disciple, the journey to the West begins. A pilgrimage across the treacherous landscapes of China and Central Asia, both in physical and spiritual form for both Xuanzang and Sun Wukong. Along the way, they are joined by Zhu Bajie, a pig-like creature with a penchant for laziness and gluttony, and Sha Wujing, a loyal river ogre. Although Sha Wujing does not have any role in Black Myth Wukong, Zhu Bajie plays a crucial supporting role, aiding Wukong in his journey. His dynamic with Sun Wukong provides a comic relief and valuable lessons about teamwork, humility, and the struggle for self-improvement. His name roughly translates into Pig of the Eight Precepts and is also rooted in Buddhist and Daoist traditions. According to the myth, Zhu Bajie was originally a heavenly marshal named Tianpeng Yuanshui, who served as the commander of 80,000 heavenly naval soldiers. Although he was known for his strength and martial prowess, his life took a dramatic turn due to his flaws and particularly his indulgence in earthly pleasures. The most significant event leading to Zhu Bajie's fall from grace was his inappropriate behavior towards the moon goddess Chang'e during a celestial banquet. Drunk and overcome with lust, he made advances towards her that was strictly forbidden in heavenly realm. As punishment for his transgression, the Jade Emperor banished him to the mortal world, where he was reincarnated into the form of a half-man, half-pig creature. His new form reflected the excess and indulgence that had led to his downfall, resembling the fall of the Monkey King. Zhu Bajie joins the pilgrimage after a series of adventures in the mortal world, where he initially caused trouble before being subdued and then recruited by Sun Wukong. Zhu Bajie's inclusion in the group adds a unique dynamic between the group, as his personality contrasts sharply with Sun Wukong. Since Sun Wukong is quick-witted, agile, and prone to action, Zhu Bajie is often portrayed as slow, clumsy, and more concerned with satisfying his appetites than spiritual matters. Throughout the journey, Zhu Bajie serves several vital roles, as his strength is an asset in battle and his earthiness and practicality often counter Sun Wukong's impulsiveness and Xuanzang's idealism. However, in this group of mischiefs on their quest for redemption, Sun Wukong is more than just a warrior. He is also, of course, a student, learning from Xuanzang's teachings and gradually shedding his old habits of arrogance and impulsiveness. Before talking about Sun Wukong's relics and former companions of Sun Wukong, including the Bull Demon King, let's continue with a term that we often hear in Black Myth Wukong, the Yaoguai. The term Yaoguai describes a wide array of supernatural beings in Chinese myth. These can be demons and spirits. Still, in terms of Black Myth Wukong, they are mostly monster-like creatures. These entities embody the fears, desires, and moral lessons of the cultures that created them. These Yaoguai are not merely antagonists in the stories they inhabit, they represent the complexities of the spiritual world and the thin veil that separates it from the mortal realm. Yaoguai is often translated as demon or monster, still its meaning is broader and more nuanced. It can also refer to any supernatural creature that causes harm or mischief, and they are not always purely evil. In Chinese mythology, they differ from malevolent spirits and shape-shifting animals to ghosts of the dead and even fallen gods. The common thread of these creatures is their deviation from the natural order, often resulting in chaos and suffering for humans. Some of these are spirits of the animals or objects that have cultivated energy known as qi over centuries, allowing them to transform into humanoid or monstrous forms, just like the ones we see in Black Myth Wukong. And the others are the souls of the dead who have not found peace and continue to roam the earth, often seeking revenge or causing disturbances among the living. They were once human but were corrupted by greed, lust, or other earthly desires, leading them down a dark path. Since one of the critical themes in Journey to the West is Sun Wukong's transformation from a chaotic trickster to a disciplined and enlightened being, the Yaoguai he faces often reflect the aspects of his own personality. In the terms of Black Myth Wukong, Yaoguai kings carrying his body parts as relics. The Monkey King's impulsiveness, pride, and desire for power are all manifested as different Yaoguais. And by confronting and defeating these Yaoguai, Sun Wukong is not only protecting Xuanzang and ensuring the success of their mission, but also facing the darker aspects of his own nature. Besides these Yaoguai, these 5 different Yaoguai kings also reflect Black Myth Wukong's Monkey King, his past and his past mistakes. The relics scattered worldwide, guarded by the formidable Yaoguai kings, represent the fragmented parts of Wukong's identity. These are not just relics, they are his body parts, each tied to a specific sin or emotion that defined Wukong before his imprisonment under the 5 Elements mountain. Craving eyes embodies the same unrelenting greed and ambition that once drove the Monkey King. Envious tongue mirrors Wukong's past envy, twisting words and truths to sow discord and chaos. Hubris nose symbolizes his belief in his own invincibility, the arrogance that blinded him to the consequences of his actions. Therefore, guarded by Yellow Brow with immense pride, who has also fallen victim to the dangers of overestimating oneself. Fuming ears, symbolizing his past stubbornness, a trait that often led him into trouble, and the grieved body that holds all the physical and emotional scars of Monkey King's past. Before our new monkey faces his past self to free his mind. However, what's essential about these relics is their bearers, especially the Bull Demon King, who also appears in Sun Wukong myth and also in Black Myth Wukong. Bull Demon King, also known as Great Sage who pacifies heaven, is a powerful entity often depicted as one of Sun Wukong's sworn brothers. While the Bull Demon King is the most prominently featured of Sun Wukong's sworn brothers, the other great sages also play significant roles in the broader mythos, embodying different aspects of rebellion and power but not taking an important place like the Bull Demon King. These sages are Jade-Faced Princess, the Great Sage who is immortal, Pink Demon King, the Great Sage who covers the heavens, and Lion Camel King, the Great Sage who traverses the mountains. Sadly, among those, only the Lion Camel King is not portrayed, and because of that, speculated to be a DLC content. But let's focus on Bull King first. He is often portrayed as a sworn brother and a rival to the Monkey King, and he, like Sun Wukong, possesses immense strength and magical abilities. The two become sworn brothers after Sun Wukong gains his powers and establishes himself as a force to be reckoned with in the demon world. Their brotherhood is based on mutual respect and shared defiance against the celestial powers. However, their relationship is not without conflict. In the Journey to the West narrative, the Bull Demon King's character is further developed when his wife Princess Iron Fan and his son Red Boy become involved in the pilgrimage. The Bull Demon King initially allies with Sun Wukong in his rebellion against heaven, but their alliance becomes strained due to personal and familial conflicts. Red Boy, who possesses great fire-related powers, captures Xuanzang, intending to eat him to gain immortality. Sun Wukong, with the help of Guan Yin, eventually subdues Red Boy, who is then converted to Buddhism and becomes a protector of the faith. However, Black Myth Wukong portrays this more dramatically. On the other hand, one of the most famous episodes involving the Bull Demon King occurs when Sun Wukong needs to borrow the fan from Princess Iron Fan to extinguish the flames on the Fire Mountain, which blocks the pilgrim's path. As a magical artifact, the fan is in the possession of Princess Iron Fan, the Bull Demon King's wife. However, she refuses to lend the fan to Sun Wukong, possibly because of Sun Wukong's encounter with Red Boy, leads to a series of confrontations between Sun Wukong and the Bull Demon King's family, highlighting the tensions within their once strong brotherhood. Before we reach a conclusion, there is one single entity I would like to talk about. Erlang Shen, appearing in the prologue scene and during secret ending battles. As I mentioned before, Erlang Shen is a deity who represents justice, law, and the might of the divine order. He is depicted as a divine warrior with a third eye in the middle of his forehead, which allows him to see through deception and recognize the true nature of things. He is often portrayed as a youthful and handsome god, clad in armor and accompanied by his loyal hunting dog. His most famous appearance in the Wukong myth, as you know, occurs during Sun Wukong's rebellion against the Jade Emperor. After Sun Wukong proclaims himself as the great sage equal to heaven and wreaks havoc in the celestial realm, the Jade Emperor and the other gods find themselves unable to subdue the Monkey King. Sun Wukong proves to be nearly unstoppable force, defeating the heavenly armies sent to capture him. And in this moment of crisis, the Jade Emperor calls upon Erlang Shen to confront Sun Wukong with his reputation as a powerful warrior and a paragon of divine justice, seen as the perfect candidate to deal with this rebellious Monkey King. And the rest, it is depicted as a clash of titans. Both are masters of transformation, capable of changing their forms at will to gain the upper hand in battle. Sun Wukong, known for his 72 transformations, shifts into various animals, objects, and even celestial bodies to evade and outmaneuver Erlang Shen. However, Erlang Shen is not easily fooled, since his third eye allows him to see through Sun Wukong's tricks and deceptions, making it difficult for the Monkey King to escape. These two warriors are evenly matched, and their struggle becomes a test of endurance and wits as much as raw power. However, in the end, Erlang Shen finally corners Sun Wukong. Realizing that he cannot defeat his opponent through brute strength alone, Sun Wukong does a final attempt to outsmart Erlang Shen by transforming into a small creature and hiding, but Erlang Shen's third eye spots the trick. With the help of his dog, he captures the Monkey King, leading to his 500 years of imprisonment. In Black Myth Wukong, the new Monkey King faces Erlang Shen but never holds a grudge against the entity, therefore breaking the chain, completing another step towards his enlightenment. According to the myth, as the journey to the west nears its conclusion, Sun Wukong faces his final test. Upon reaching India and obtaining the Buddhist scriptures, the group encounters the River of Heaven, which they must cross to complete their mission. The river represents the final barrier between the material world and the spiritual realm. Crossing it symbolizes the attainment of enlightenment. However, before they can cross, the scriptures are stolen by a group of demons who are revealed to be manifestations of Sun Wukong's past sins and karma. Sun Wukong's final battle is not against a physical enemy but against the remnants of his ego and karmic consequences of his past misdeeds. Just like Black Myth Wukong's final, decisive battle. It is only by acknowledging and accepting his past and by fully embracing the teachings of Buddhism, Sun Wukong can defeat these demons and cross the River of Heaven. And upon successfully crossing the river and delivering the scriptures, Sun Wukong is granted the title of Buddha victorious in strife, signifying his complete transformation and enlightenment. This final ascension marks the culmination of Sun Wukong's redemption arc as he transcends his former self and attains a state of spiritual purity and wisdom. In the end, Sun Wukong's journey is not just a tale of epic battles, divine encounters, or spiritual powers. It's a profound narrative about the struggle within, the fight against one's demons, and the quest for redemption and enlightenment. Black Myth Wukong takes us deeper into the mythos, allowing us to experience the trials, tribulations, and the growth of the Monkey King firsthand. Each relic reclaimed, each Yaoguai defeated, no matter how far we fall, there is always a path back to redemption and becoming more significant. This is the essence of Sun Wukong, a trickster, a rebel, a warrior, and ultimately a hero whose journey continues to inspire and resonate, reminding us all of the power of transformation and the possibility of enlightenment. As always, thank you for watching today's video. Any humble support through Patreon and YouTube join is really appreciated, and I will see you soon in my next video.